Hello everyone, I'm going to paint another fun Christmas card, and these are the colors that I will be using with a bit of gold. It's like a glitter gold. Let me just move all of these things out of the way. I'm mainly going to use my colors that I already have, so I'm not going to go out and buy specific colors. But let me just show you some of the greens that I have here. So you're looking for very bright Christmassy colors. And then also you can use those two colors if you want to darken maybe sap green. And if you don't have very dark like perylene green, because that's one of my favorite Christmas colors. But if you don't have that, just use a bit of your sap green, because I know most people have sap green. And then this is the string that I'm going to use for the little tag, the little string. Or you can use some of your gold. If you don't have any of these tags, then just use a normal ribbon. I also took some of my green pencils out. I might use them, but I might not use them. The brush sizes are these tiny little brushes, about a 4 or 5. They are synthetic brushes, and you can buy them at any art store. Now I just have a little template that I use for all of my tags, and this is the little punch that I use to make the little hole on the top of the tag. It's a little bit big, the hole is a little bit big, but if you don't have that, you can just make one with, say, a very sharp object like a knitting needle. I also have a scrapbooking machine that you use for creating those little holes. And Tyson is barking, so just ignore him. So let me just move everything in view. So that is the greens that you are looking for, very bright greens, and then you can use some of your darker, say, natural mixes, or your sepia or Payne's grey, just to darken your green if it's not too dark. I painted a few other little Christmas cards and tags as well, so I'm going to link it right there on the top for you so you can have a look at all of them. I'm going to make a circle now. I'm just going to do it in the middle or in the center of this little tag. The size, I want to paint a beautiful red bauble, and you can use any round object, even a lid from a deodorant or whatever you have. You can use anything to make this circular. If you're good enough, you can just draw your own. But I'm going to use a little something to, I need some help. I can't draw a perfect circle. And I'm just going to make that little top part where I'm going to hook the ribbon on. It's not a real ribbon, it's just a painted ribbon, but it's going to be quite a dark. I would say I would going to use, like, let's see, maybe burnt sienna or gold for that top part, and then I'm just going to paint a little ribbon on. So this is the pencil line. I'm just going to create those little markings so that I don't paint the red into them. I'm going to go in with like a rusty brown color to make it look like it's more darker than a copper or gold. And then I will just use my brush to move some out, because this is a very, I would say it's a dirty yellow. It's like a gold, but it's a nickel azo yellow that I just mixed with some sepia to get to this color. And I'm just lifting some of it out with my brush. It's not going to be perfect, it's just for fun. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to lift it out. And while I'm at that section, I'm going to draw a little ribbon, just a little gold string like that. And then on the other side too, and I'm taking it through that little loop that is on that little tag. I would suggest you draw the tags on a piece of paper, like a A4 paper, and then first paint all of your little tags, because it's quite hard to hold it. It's tiny. Maybe that way it's easier for you just to cut it out after you've finished, but whatever you prefer, it's all up to you. I just think I should have done that because it's quite a tiny little tag, and it would have made it much easier for me to turn it around. But for this, I'm going to use a beautiful red. So I'm looking for the brightest red on my palette. I'm wetting this circle first, and I make sure there's no water puddles. And then I'm going to drop in this beautiful red, bright red, and then I want to fix the circle so it is equal. You can see wherever water flows on your paper, the pigment will flow. So in certain spots, I had to go around just to fix those little water droplets where it escaped. my little circle where I painted in the pencil line markings, but then I just take it slowly around the edges and create a rounded circle, trying to get it as even as possible. But it's not a train smash if it's not perfect. It must look handmade. It is not a bought tag. We are painting this, so it needs to look like it was. There's a little bit of mistakes and not bought. That's the idea. So I'm just going around the edges again, and I want to leave a highlighted section in the circle, and I go around, I drop some more red in while it is wet. Now it might flow into the gold little parts, but then I just take my brush, wipe it on tissue paper and lift out the excess color. And for this I pick up some of my darker, much darker red, I would say like a purple or violet, that you, if you have any, just to drop it in around the edges to darken it while it is wet. Or if you prefer, it's all up to you. You can wait for it to dry completely if you're a beginner and you're scared, and then you take it over as a glaze or wash once it's completely dry. Now this is what you are looking for with the highlight, and then I just scoop out or mop up or remove the excess color right there. I pick up some water and I just drop it in the center so that I can create those water little blooms like that. I love that, especially on this little tag. Now I'm going to just wait for it to dry for a second. I'm going around the edges with that same dirty yellow gold color, and I'm taking it right around the edges just to outline my little tag. I'm very careful because it is still very wet, and on this side as well. Remember, you don't want it to look perfect because it is a handmade little card or tag that you are painting. This will also look beautiful on a card. You can just take a normal A5 little paper, fold it in half and paint on the other side, so you can have a beautiful little card for Christmas. And we are about finished. Go and have a look at all of the other little videos that I have on YouTube for free so that you can learn how to paint these beautiful little cards and tags. I'm just taking some of that gold and dropping it in, so there's a reflection of the gold on this beautiful bauble, and I think it turned out quite cute. All I'm going to do now is just use my little ribbon to create the little tag at the top, and then we are done.